In the southern Philippines, in a place called Cabao, Bukidnon, a boy was born on December 17, 1978, into poverty and hardship. His name, Emmanuel Dapadran Pacquiao, known today as Manny Pacquiao. His early life was far from easy. He grew up in General Santos City in a broken home. His parents separated when he was young, and that event deeply affected him. At the age of 12, Manny's life took a turn. His family struggled to afford food. To survive, he sold bread, peanuts, donuts, and water on the streets. Every peso counted. He would walk barefoot through the hot streets of Ginsan, carrying goods to sell just to buy rice for his family. He dropped out of school early because he couldn't afford tuition. But amidst all this, there was one thing that gave him hope: boxing. He watched Mike Tyson on TV, dreaming he could one day fight too. His uncle introduced him to boxing, and he trained using homemade equipment, sometimes even pillows wrapped in tape. He was skinny, often underweight, but his speed and heart were unmatched. By the age of 14, Pacquiao moved to Manila to chase his dream. He lived on the streets, sleeping on cardboard, working in construction jobs, or running errands for gyms to earn food. Despite hunger and hardship, he trained every single day, determined to fight his way out of poverty. At 16, he turned professional, weighing only 106 pounds. His first fight was on January 22, 1995, against Edmund Ignacio. He won by unanimous decision. He was just a teenager, earning small amounts per fight, sometimes 300 pesos or $6, but he kept winning. In 1998, Manny got his first title shot and won the WBC flyweight title by knocking out Chache Sasikal in Thailand. At just 19 years old, he was a world champion. But fame didn't come easy. A few years later, he lost the title due to being overweight, and with little money saved, he was again struggling. But he didn't give up. In 2001, his career would change forever. On short notice, he stepped in to fight Lalahanalo Ledwaba in the U.S. for the IBF Super Bantamweight title. Many doubted him, but with blistering speed and powerful left hands, Manny shocked the crowd with a sixth-round TKO victory. It was his first fight in America and the start of global recognition. Soon, he teamed up with legendary trainer Freddie Roach, who would become not only his coach but a father figure. Together, they built one of the greatest boxing careers in history. He defeated elite fighters like Marco Antonio Barrera, Eric Morales, and Juan Manuel Marquez. His rivalry with Marquez became one of boxing's most intense, spanning 4 unforgettable fights, each full of drama and knockdowns. Though controversial, their fights helped shape Pacquiao's legacy. What made Manny Pacquiao truly unique in boxing history was his ability to rise across 8 weight divisions, a feat no one else has ever achieved. He captured titles in flyweight, 112 pounds, super bantamweight, 122 pounds, featherweight, 126 pounds, super featherweight, 130 pounds, lightweight, 135 pounds, light welterweight, 140 pounds, welterweight, 147 pounds, super welterweight, 154 pounds. His most famous fights came between 2008 to 2011, when he became a pay-per-view star. 2008, moved up to beat Oscar de la Hoya, who was much bigger and more famous. De la Hoya quit after 8 rounds. Manny shocked the world. 2009, knocked out Ricky Hatton in just 2 rounds with a brutal left hand. 2009, destroyed Miguel Cotto to win the WBO welterweight title. 2010, beat Antonio Margarito to win his 8th title, despite Margarito being 17 pounds heavier on fight night. He wasn't just beating champions, he was dominating them. The world began calling him the fighter of the decade. He was named BWA Fighter of the Year 3 times, joining legends like Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard. Outside the ring, Pacquiao remained humble. He didn't forget where he came from. He built homes for the poor in General Santos, gave away food, supported schools, and funded hospitals. He was often seen giving money to people on the street, even after winning multi-million-dollar fights. In 2010, he ran for Congress in the Philippines and won. People called him the People's Champ because he never turned his back on them. In 2016, he became a senator, fighting corruption and pushing for reforms in agriculture, education, and sports. While some criticized his political skills, no one could deny his sincerity. He spoke with the heart of someone who knew real hunger and hardship. For years, fans begged for Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather Jr., the two biggest names in boxing. After long negotiations, the fight finally happened on May 2nd, 2015 in Las Vegas. It broke every financial record in boxing. Over $600 million in revenue and 4.6 million PPV buys. Pacquiao fought well, but Mayweather's defense and strategy led to a decision victory. Later, Pacquiao revealed he had a torn shoulder before the fight, which limited his performance. Many fans are disappointed, but Pacquiao never made excuses. He returned stronger, defeating younger fighters like Keith Thurman in 2019 at the age of 40, becoming the oldest welterweight champion in boxing history. Behind the fame, Pacquiao is a devoted Christian. In the mid-2010s, after years of partying, gambling, and scandals, he had a spiritual transformation. He gave up his vices, turned to the Bible, and began preaching. He often quoted verses in interviews and gave credit to God for all his victories. He is also a family man, married to Jinky Pacquiao since 1999, with 5 children. His son Jimuel is following in his footsteps as a boxer. In 2021, after losing to Dennis Yugas, Manny announced his retirement from boxing. He finished with a professional record of 62 wins, 8 losses, 2 draws, with 39 knockouts. He was 42. He later ran for president of the Philippines in 2022, hoping to serve his country in a higher role. Although he lost the election, he remained one of the country's most beloved figures. Manny Pacquiao's story is not just about boxing. It's about overcoming poverty, fighting for one's dreams, staying humble in victory, and using fame to help others. Legacy in numbers and impact. 8 division titles, a world record. Fighter of the Decade, 2000 to 2009 by BWAA. Over $500 million earned in boxing career. Over 20 world champions defeated. Became a senator, philanthropist, preacher, and father. He inspired millions, not just in the Philippines, but across the world. For every poor boy selling bread on the streets, his story became proof that with faith, hard work, and heart, nothing is impossible. The heart of a champion. Manny Pacquiao's life reads like a movie, but it's real. From eating once a day to sharing the ring with legends, he represents the struggle of the poor, the pride of Filipinos, and the power of belief. As he once said, "I came from nothing. I have no education. I'm just a fighter, but I am proud to be who I am." Manny Pacquiao is more than a boxer. He is a symbol of hope, a servant of the people, and a true legend whose name will live forever, not only in boxing history, but in the hearts of those he inspired.